and welcome to the Motivational Millennial podcast. I'm Ivy LeClaire.
And I'm Blake Brandis.
Welcome to a Bittersweet episode. Today we are recording our final Motivational Millennial episode, at least for the foreseeable future. We're going to do a little bit of a wrap up explaining why we are doing our last episode, what is on the road for us in the future, and we're going to share a little bit about some of our sort of highlights of doing the podcast for the last couple of years. So that's what is in store for you over the next 10-15 minutes. Before we jump into where we're going, we just want to take a second to share some of our gratitude and really let you know how much we appreciate you for listening, especially if you have been with us from the very beginning, which is really amazing, and been along with us for that journey of growth and exploration on our end and on your end as well. And so we want to say thank you so much to you, the listener. And we also want to say thank you to all of the interviewees that we've had. We've had some really incredible people who have taken the time to share their stories and their wisdom and their vulnerabilities with all of us. And we are so grateful to them. And we're just grateful also for everyone who has been a part of helping us to make this podcast, including our amazing editors and our podcast communities and those people who have just really been there for us along the way.
Yeah, I'm really grateful for all the ways that we've been able to grow as a community together and through our guest experiences and through supporting each other. So thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. It's been really incredible. And, it's interesting. I said it was bittersweet because, part of me is really sad to be wrapping up this chapter. And a part of me is also really excited about what is coming our way. And the biggest announcement that I have to share is that I will be launching my own podcast. It is called Mind Climate. So the Mind Climate podcast is really focused on helping people change the internal climate of their minds. And so we'll be sharing spiritual and personal development tools and perspectives from multiple traditions through interviews. So there will be an element similar to the Motivational Millennial podcast that is an interview style. And then there will be episodes where it will be me giving you a free personal development workshop in your ears, basically. So you'll get about 30 to 45 minutes of a workshop. We'll share a topic and you'll have some reflection and next steps. So really excited about that. And the goal of the podcast is to just really provide ways for people to shift their mindsets from dreary or stressed to an enjoyable and peaceful place to be. One of our teachers, Mary Mannon Morrissey, talks about walking the streets of your mind and whether or not it's safe to do that, or whether or not you need some mace, like a club or something, to do that. And so when I see walking the streets of your mind or a mind climate that is unsafe, I see that riddled with negative self-talk and lots of saboteur voices or stress and worry and, just not an ability to be joyful and present and excited. When I picture a mind climate that is feels really good to walk down, I don't know, I'm picturing, for me, it's like a beach and I'm strolling and I've got some ice cream. Maybe I've got a dog and some friends and I'm just having a good time. And the Mind Climate podcast is really about what tiny and large shifts can we make in our daily lives and in the present moment to create a mind climate that is really beautiful and relaxing. And that's going to look a little bit different for everyone. And so I'm really excited about that. It just is very much in alignment with so many things that I care about. I'm going to be bringing on board some of the voices that you heard on Motivational Millennial, like Frank J. and Lily Fontes will be on there, I know for sure, and just some new people too. So they're going to be coming from different traditions and backgrounds and perspectives and really just providing that laser tool and perspective for you to use. And then I'll be reinforcing that with some action steps and some reflections for you to have. And this feels really in alignment with the work that I'm doing with my coaching practice, which is supporting business owners who struggle with anxiety. And I've been helping them to shift their mind climate so that they can really achieve the goals that they want. So I think it'll be really fun, really enjoyable, and really meaningful. So just keep an eye out for that. It's going to be, like I said, launching in October of 2018. I'd really love for you to join that. And then eventually I'll be getting a Facebook group set up for that too, so that you can join and really build community around that as well.
I'm really excited for the Mind Climate launch because I've sat in a number of your workshops, Ivy, and thought to myself, man, I really wish a lot more people could hear this and experience this transformational shift. And I'm so excited that you're doing this virtual workshop format in the podcast for free. I think it's such a gift. And I, for one, am really excited to listen to it.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. I'm so excited to be putting it out there and supporting people. And yeah, it's fun. I'm excited. I'm excited. So, Blake, tell us what you've got going on and what is coming down your path or what road you're going down.
So it is about to be another exciting school year as we are currently entering the 2018-19 school year. I'll be speaking to about 100,000 students, educators, and parents in many states. And so I am really looking forward to that. It's definitely the biggest tour we've put together so far. In case you're not too familiar, I do hip hop motivational speaking in K through 12 schools with a few universities and businesses thrown in here and there. And I primarily speak about the growth mindset and grit. So how to help students not give up when things get tough and helping them see how their brains can grow. Even if they're not good at something when they start, they can get better at it through hard work and persistence and asking for help. So one of the things I'm most excited about this year is that Ivy and I have just finished working on a video curriculum for students to help them adopt a growth mindset in their lives throughout the year. Right now, we're distributing that through schools. It's so fun, and we just feel incredible opportunity to share messages that we wish we had heard when we were in school, because I
Yes.
think both of us had so many of these perfectionistic messages that we embodied, whether consciously or unconsciously. All of these stresses, anxieties, ways we weren't enough, ways we couldn't do things, ways we had to be and not be able to be ourselves. And so we're really excited to share this message. It's got animation in it. It's got some rapping as well. So it's really fun and engaging, and we're excited to share it with schools across the country.
Yeah, it's so fun. I'll name my two favorite lessons in the 10 lesson plan are You Are Enough, which is really exciting, and You Always Have a Choice. Those are those are ones that we tell ourselves all of the time, and we've seen that theme come up over and over again in our interviews on Motivational Millennial and just in our own lives. So those are the two sort of most exciting lessons that I'm looking forward to sharing. So, yes, that is what we have coming up for us. As you can see, we have our hands full and we're really excited. So, as we've heard on so many episodes of Motivational Millennial and in talking to so many people, the journeys and the ways that people's businesses or careers grow can be so interesting and unexpected. And so this is just one of the things for us that is a little bit unexpected, but that feels really right and feels really good and feels really in alignment. And so we want you to know that we are going to keep Motivational Millennial online. You can still continue to listen to it, share it. We'll keep hosting that available for anywhere that you download podcasts. And, we're also still available through our email addresses, and you can visit motivationalmillennial.com to connect with us there. So just wanted to share that briefly before we jump into essentially like a meta after show, like a meta top takeaways of just the whole experience. So Blake and I will each share some of our sort of big takeaways of the last couple of years, and then we'll wrap it up. So Blake, take it away.
I think my biggest takeaway from doing the 2 seasons of the podcast have been the variety of guests we've had, from their backgrounds to their careers to their interests to their personalities, and seeing within that massive diversity how much shared experience there is, the struggles, the different curving paths to end up where they were going, the ways they doubted themselves, the ways they asked for help and received help. It's such a great reminder to me that when I'm feeling frustrated and alone and like I'm not good enough, that this is the shared human experience. And so, what I really hope that our listeners have gotten out of this journey is that you're not alone either, our wonderful listeners. You
Right.
you are part of this common experience that we all have of doubting ourselves and having our wins and having our losses and feeling hopeless sometimes and feeling on top of the world sometimes. And I think the thing that's helped me the most is just taking a moment whenever I'm feeling that stress, whenever I'm feeling that frustration or that worry about the future, and just getting present to what is here right now and just saying, this is exactly the way it is right now. It doesn't mean it's good. It doesn't mean it's bad. This just is the way it is right now. And that can change. And even if it changes or doesn't change, it's still okay. And that's so hard to do because we're told, okay, we need to constantly be trying to change and fix everything around us and in ourselves all the time. But it's a good reminder for me that when I can sit back in that space, I feel more powerful, I feel more confident, I feel more able to take on the challenges that arise. So if there's anything I can leave you with, it's just knowing that wherever you are right now, whatever you're going through, it is exactly the way it is, and that's not good or bad, and it can change, and even if it doesn't, it'll still be okay.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. It's interesting as you were speaking, I have so many takeaways. When I was thinking of what are some of my favorite moments on the show, it's really those moments of just joy and being present and just enjoying the whole process. I think bringing in more joy into our lives is something that is really important to me. I recognize that for me, a couple of years ago anyway, I was recognizing this, that it was such a default for me to be so worried and stressed and striving that I wasn't able to allow myself to be happy. It was like the external circumstances had to look a certain way, and I was going to manifest the crap out of all these external circumstances so that I could be happy. It really connects to what you're saying about it's just really knowing that in any moment you can feel joy or gratitude or sincerity, no matter what's happening around you. And that can allow you to have a better experience of what's going on just in this exact moment. One of the things that I love so much about Motivational Millennial and participating in that is that we really had the opportunity to help other people, our listeners and also our interviewees, to just be in the present moment, get to experience some gratitude, get to look at what was going on in their lives, and to feel those moments of joy. And we also got to feel those moments of joy just in being silly and having fun. And maybe we had to re record a couple of things, or maybe we just said, oh, forget it, we're keeping this take. It's just really too good. I just feel so grateful for everyone who has been along the journey with us and listening to all of those goofy moments and just getting to experience that joy. I just think, that's been the biggest thing for me. I talk about mind climate, but just allowing that to happen rather than needing to stay in places of challenge or stress or sometimes even anxiety. There can be a subconscious need to hold on to those states of being. And so I really appreciate the ways in which through Motivational Millennial, we got to see how people shifted their mind climates. We got to shift our own mind climates, hopefully shift some people's mind climates as well who are listening and participating. And yeah, just hopefully bringing in more joy. I think that's my big takeaway is just bringing in more joy. And if I could leave you with anything, it's just to know that you deserve to live a joyful life, that you deserve to live a life where you feel gratitude and excitement when you look around, and that you can have things in your life that you want to change. And we are all about growth and manifestation and all of these things. But also, don't tell yourself that you can't be happy unless, because it's really robbing you of so many moments of joy. So just really I encourage you to give yourself that gift of joy and look in areas where you can tweak some of that externally, but what can you tweak internally? What can you be grateful for right now?
Love it. I feel like that's a great place to leave us with, choosing joy in all of the ups and downs of life. And we appreciate you choosing to be with us on this journey. And we hope you'll stay in touch with us. You can reach out at Blake at motivationalmillennial.com, Ivy at motivationalmillennial.com. And also, we're on all the social medias, so you can holla at us. And we're just grateful one final time for you and hope that you find some great gratitude in your life today and in the weeks to come. And perhaps as a final sign off,
Have
have a
a
great
great
life,
life,
motivational
motivational
millennials.
millennials. For show notes and previous episodes, or to learn more about our coaching and event offerings, visit motivationalmillennial.com. That's millennial, MILLENNIAL. Keep in touch with us at facebook.com/motivationalmillennial.
We'd love to hear from you. Shoot us an email with your thoughts, comments, and suggestions at podcast@motivationalmillennial.com. And tell us who you might like to hear from, or if you think you or anyone you know would be good for the show.
Our theme music was composed and performed by our very own Blake Brandis.
The Motivational Millennial Podcast is edited by Brittany Felix. Have a great week, Motivational Millennials!